unfortunately, someone on the 17th of November 1993 touched my business. That led me in 1997 to sell my business to Colgate Palmolive. So 75% of my business to Colgate. However, that relationship with Colgate was not successful due to various cases. I think it's a case study for many of business schools all over the world. And I challenge you not because I want money from writing. I urge you to write. You can buy my book to really read about this because we don't have the time to listen to that story at the moment. The truth is, when you obviously fail, you should not really take failure as a failure. Failure is a learning. And I was fortunate 2 years later in 1999, I bought the business back from Colgate at an excellent price and implemented the ideas that I accumulated in the time since Colgate had acquired Black Like Me. I had an opportunity to go into a practical MBA program with Colgate. Ladies and gentlemen, not every entrepreneur will have the fortune of relaying such a story of success. For many of us, our dreams of entrepreneurial success and wealth only end up in smoke. And there are many reasons for this. But I will share only a few, which I'm sure you're all too familiar with. As most, if not all, township entrepreneurs, and they will tell you that one of the greatest obstacles they are confronted with on their way to building successful small businesses is a lack of access to funding and infrastructure. Simply put, the infrastructure in existence currently does not support a progressive business environment. I am of the firm belief that what is needed is more space as well as business infrastructure like business hubs in all our townships. And most townships are located far from urban cities. This will eliminate the need for entrepreneurs to have to travel long distances to go to city centers to do business. The impact of a lack of infrastructure on startup companies really cannot be underestimated, particularly in the South African context. Our tragic history of land dispossession is still being felt to this day in every facet of our lives. Currently, our nation is engulfed in an all-important debate about land reform and restitution, but the debate seems to be veering dangerously towards land reform and restitution only for agricultural and residential purposes. Little attention is paid to the issue of land for business purposes. Often, township entrepreneurs are forced to convert parts of their homes into spaces from which to trade or provide services, but these places are a limitation on the amount of volume of business they can conduct. This in turn limits the growth of their businesses. In other instances, small business owners have to absorb exorbitant costs associated with rezoning properties from residential to business premises. In all too familiar cases, township entrepreneurs are forced to conduct business from premises whose ownership is actually unclear. This means small business owners work under extreme uncertain conditions. As a result, they are unable to raise capital for expansion or are unwilling to invest into the business, which relegates them to permanently into ranks of small businesses. This tells us that land ownership and access to decent working premises are a critical issue for township entrepreneurs. Not having title deeds and confusing ownership pattern of properties means that those entrepreneurs are less likely to invest in their businesses. You see a difference in business with established ownership, they generally seem to do better. From this assessment, we are then able to deduce that knowing that their businesses will not be closed or moved often results in entrepreneurs driving up levels of investment and growth in their businesses. To entrench this certainty and help entrepreneurs realize growth in their businesses. The City of Johannesburg will be handing out title deeds to small-scale businesses in Deep Kloof next week. This will go a long way in formalizing small-scale businesses in Deep Kloof, allowing them to access financing opportunities that will help them grow their business through increased investments. But ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, as entrepreneurs, you have to admit to your shortcomings. It is futile to spend time and energy building a business only to fail because of glaring mistakes caused by lack of knowledge. Many entrepreneurs lack fundamental skills required to run a business. But this can be remedied by observing and becoming involved in the value chain of established larger businesses and learning through interaction. As the City of Johannesburg, we will help in this process by partnering with established companies to offer training and mentorship to entrepreneurs in our opportunity centers. Partnering with organizations such as the South African Institute of Chartered Accountants, the Johannesburg Chamber of Commerce, South African Reserve Bank, and the companies and other companies and Intellectual Property Commission. We will offer a wide range of long-term support to companies that show promise. We will be capable of providing meaningful support to business at all stages of development, not just entry-level SMMEs. Our opportunity centers will assist budding entrepreneurs with information to enable them to access markets to grow and sustain their businesses. Presently, the city has become has a business hub in the Soweto Empowerment Zone in Deep Kloof. That center will be rebranded and a satellite opportunity center will be located at the Jabulani Council offices from the financial year beginning 1st of July this year. Also in the next financial year, the center currently located in Roodepoort will be discontinued and relocated to Bramfisherville, Soweto, with a satellite office to be established in Cosmo City. In conclusion of my first presentation, the development and support of SMMEs is considered to be my administrations to be one of the pillars that will contribute to the city's 5% economic growth that I've envisaged by 2021. Our view is that in the process, well-performing and sustainable and the fiber of our population, especially the youth, but the problem of unemployment cannot be solved without partnering with relevant private sectors players within the enterprise development ecosystem. I therefore urge those already involved to continue on this journey with us and challenge others who can to make a meaningful contribution to also get involved. Together, let us turn the City of Johannesburg into a city of golden opportunities for all. Because I strongly believe that Johannesburg that works is a South Africa that works. Let me then get into the second part of my presentation. And this one in particular, I'd like to really talk to you as budding entrepreneurs in the City of Johannesburg, if not across our city, if not the country.